we're going to talk about double gum sao and the gum sao technique. Gum sao technique was not seen in the first third. There are things in the first third that you're going to see in the second third, like Tan sao, but used as a double tan. Hyun sao, but you're doubling the Hyun sao. Whatever the case, there are techniques there in this double series that you are going to see. And because of this, I have to make sure you know that we're not using two hands to guard on one arm. I have to make sure you understand why we would do two hands, maybe in a 10% idea, and we're going to move on from there. So let's start with the gum sao sequence. So right here, from this point, after I did that first third, now I'm going to enter the second third. Now I'm doing this slow one-handed first. When I get around my waist, or just a tiny bit lower, I'm going to pop it. I'm going to turn my hand and boom. And it's going to send a jolt through my whole entire body, straight from the arm, and it's going to jolt my body. It's going to feel like I'm almost airlifted off the ground a little bit without coming off the ground. I'm doing the same thing to the other side. I'm doing it slow. And when I get to that point, boom. This is the more traditional way of doing it. So right here, you'll see the teachers go, and they'll just go from right there. Why are we doing this from here to here? That little jolt, it's because you're learning Fa Jing. Fa Jing, explosive energy from a short distance. It's not just Hyun sao that help us make a stronger wrist so we can punch more. It's that Fa Jing idea from here to there that allows us to understand inch punching. A lot of Wing Chun people, because they do not do the Fa Jing, they don't go to this part and pop it, right? Let me make sure I stand back and do it again. They go to this idea and pop. Because they don't do inch punching the way it should be, and then that's why they're like, oh, it becomes a lost technique, a lost art now. So right here, on this side, the same thing in that form, right? Pow. That's one reason why we do that. Another reason is it's the element of surprise getting out of a situation. Someone can have our arms folded as such to the point that we cannot move. The higher they got their elbow, the more they can lock us in the hold. So before they get to this point, we can use our hand, point set, and boom, and break the hold. We can push ourselves into them with our shoulder and shoulder butt them as if we're trying to headbutt, but we're doing it with the shoulder, the round part of the shoulder. They got to get to this point, and right here, boom. And that releases so much, so then we could go ahead and punch them. And then this right here, when we get to this point here, gives us the idea of gum sao to the front. That's what it's showing. The first idea of gum sao to the front is right here, coming to this point, boom. As soon as they try to get us to this point, we're turning out, boom. There goes the idea. That's the technique. So that's one, okay? It's a release hold. If someone does this, you can gum sao out to here, and it's still at 45. Right here, and we can punch out. You see what I'm getting at? So you want that mental mindset of doing that. Whether it be close to you and you shoulder butt them, that's cool. If you do it like this, you can't shoulder butt them, but you can definitely create that space, hit, punch, defend yourself. So that's one part here and here. That's the same idea here. If someone was to grab you around your body, real strong hold, real like a bird, like a bear hug. Your arms may be like this. You can come around your body like this and around where your butt is, drop. Drop and come outward. So the point of going outward is right on the side of the body. So right here, out. And then that way you can break a bear hug. So I'm literally right here. It goes around, out. So then once you break that hold, guess what? Either one, be dangerous about it. If you're right here, that's groin. If you have to, right? If not, because I don't like to attack groin, I'm not that kind of mindset person, I can hit towards their legs while they're holding me. I can turn around and now I can attack. There goes that front of the gum style again. I can attack. So from right here, boom, turn around, there I go. Then I have whatever I need. So the last part is that front. That front, I'm gonna make sure, because of the way the body's structured, if I do front gum style, I don't want it all the way straight. It's cool to do it in the form, but roughly, if you could get to the point where you could do this with a little bend there, that is ideal. That is good. Reason why is I can use my own body and show you this for a moment. I'm gonna pull my sleeve up for a little bit. If I have my arms straight out, you see that jolt? There's a jolt that happens straight to the shoulder from this. And then that can hurt your shoulder. We're not here in the Wing Chun to have your shoulder break. We're not here to make sure you get injured in the fight. Our ultimate goal is, one, not to get hurt from either one, yourself, or two, from other people. So in that sense, I'm gonna pull this up again because I gotta show you this part. If I have a bend right here, then when I do that, it stops roughly at the joint of the elbow. The shoulder doesn't have to come up at all. So it works better if I have an opponent and somebody that can kick at my arms. Then if you have a shoulder, that's the shoulder, that the energy is more at the elbow here. So when you're doing that, when you're doing this, if you get to the point where you can have a bent elbow to the front and angle, that's good. If you have your fingers forward, there's more of an opportunity for your fingers to break. So you want to turn at an angle, going this way, which is roughly the idea of the sub G style. Remember I was talking about sub G style earlier? That angle right there. And that's that gum style right here that you're doing from the front, right? If someone's in a bear hug in the front of you, you can use that to come out, one. Two, if they're, and you can also use the side too if they're in the front. So if the side, boom, you can do this front, boom, right? And then present punching, present attack, push them off. But if they're outwards and they're trying to ultimately either kick, right, or they're trying to do an uppercut and they're trying to come up with this, you can gum style at different angles. So then they can't do nothing. All right, they have nothing. You stop them from that point, present punch, chop, palm. Does that make sense? So you can gum style to the front like this, and understanding that it actually is telling you, one, it doesn't have to be in the same line. It could be at a cross angle line, which is a lot better, and this works at that angle, right? Having the elbow bent. You can cross the line of the center. That center, you crossed over here. You crossed over here. That's what sub G style was telling you. So there's the point of going here to here, the box, and then the crossing. Jam style, gum style, guat. Coming from here, bu. Coming from here, bu, which I'll show you later. So in that, that's what you ultimately want to know. All right. and we're working with that. We're working with that skill.